The average cost of regular fuel has seen a dip in prices over the last few days. For more on the drop and what to expect heading into the long weekend, we're joined by 680 News senior business analyst Mike Eppel. As always, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Great that there's a drop here. What's behind it?
Well, the fear that there would be a supply disruption out of the Middle East because of the Israel-Iran conflict just has not materialized. Over the past weekend, 5 days ago, when the conflict was at its peak, so to speak, we saw the price for oil spike. But then the relative calm returned. We had the ceasefire announced by the U.S. president, seems to be holding. So we've seen the baseline price for oil drop from a peak of $77 to below $65 in about 3 or 4 days of trading. That's a 15, 16, almost 17% drop for baseline oil prices. And then you take into effect the wholesale price for gas, which is kind of the North American benchmark for gasoline prices that we pay at the pumps. Well, that's dropped by something like 35 cents per gallon. You translate that into Canadian liters, and then you see in the past 2 days a 9-cent drop at the pump prices. So we're down to below $1.33. It's pretty good. And of course, no carbon tax, right? So there was that offset already going in.
Okay. Let's talk about what's coming up here, and that is a long weekend. Can I call it a long weekend if Canada Day?
Many people will be making this a long weekend.
All right. So a lot of people are wanting to hit the road.
Yes.
Do we have some sort of indication of what we're going to be seeing at the gas pumps?
Well, right now it looks like it's going to be steady going into Friday, tomorrow. And then Saturday, if it goes up a couple of cents, I wouldn't be surprised. But this idea that the gas stations are specifically gouging because it's a long weekend and supply and demand. If you go over the course of history, when you look back at long weekends, there's this theory that prices go up always. It's not the case. Okay. Sometimes I've seen gas prices go down in the long weekends. They go up other times. I think the biggest factor to the market is that next week, on, I believe, Friday, got to get my dates right here, that's July 4th for Americans. That's a true long weekend. That's the big one. Okay. That's when Americans are all over the place driving. It's going to be a record-breaking year for American travel. You've got all those people on the roads and flying and all these other things.
Trains, automobiles.
Yeah, well, that's Thanksgiving, but I digress. No, the fact is that's going to lead to demand, so we might start to see prices go up again next week.
Okay, real quickly, I asked you, for anyone who doesn't know out there, best time to fill up on gas in Toronto? In
Toronto, it seems to be 8 o'clock at night is the lowest price. We've seen prices start at a high in the morning and then kind of drift lower. After 6, they drop off to about, in some cases, 10 cents below where they start the day. But then right back up at midnight to whatever the baseline price is. So if you can wait until later in the day, and that's only a Toronto thing, by the way. You go into smaller town Ontario, it doesn't happen.
All right, Toronto's a favorite. All right, as always, right. 680 News senior business analyst Mike Eppel, thank you. Happy long weekend.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you.